Hey, Fiancé Freaks, I'm Sam.
I'm Emily, and this is 90 Day Fiancé Freaks. Who really needs a therapist at this Thornberry Castle, Sammy, when you got Kara? She tells Russ, "You gotta get your tongue out, my guy."
I've never heard better advice from a therapist. Loved that line. Loved it. And it's true. What's hard about that?
She's spot on.
You be running your tongue.
Because once again, Pow pleased Russ the night before, and Russ just went right to sleep. I thought we agreed this wasn't going to happen again. I thought we weren't going to do this again, Pow.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, why are you pleasing him first? We don't please until we are pleased.
Yeah,
there's something
that
there.
is it. And because didn't this happen like several nights ago in the castle? She got him off first. Nothing, fell asleep. And she said at that point, "I'm not doing that again." Here she is doing it again.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of very confused. Why do you keep doing this and then complaining that the same result keeps happening?
And Russ's perspective on this is that he thinks Pow is just holding a grudge and trying to push his buttons. That's what he says in his interview.
Yeah, she is pushing your buttons, and she just wants hers pushed too.
That is the problem. That is precisely the problem.
That is literally the homework.
Right, that he will not do.
And I love that. That's how Pow leads into it. She says, "Good for you for doing your homework, guys. Good for you. One of us did our homework, or Russ didn't do his homework."
That compliment was only there to lead into her
right.
Pointing out that Russ didn't do his, which, yeah, hell yeah, pointed out. But that one line Pow said, she's so happy to not be alone in the woods with her husband. She's so facetious and sarcastic about it. And Russ is genuinely offended and pissed off by that. Like, what the fuck, Pow?
He did not appreciate that. He says, "Just go. Just get moving. Just move on." Yikes.
Which, like, yeah, say it, Pow. I don't know. It's so hard to not be completely on her side.
I know. It reminded me, of course, it reminded all of us of, would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? And apparently for Pow, it's a bear. As long as it's not her husband alone. I will say, though, the thing about it is she doesn't want to have to tell Russ to do his homework.
Which is completely founded. She shouldn't have to.
And that's, again, circling back to the question, you don't have to tell him to do it. You just don't have to do yours and then watch him fall asleep.
Just don't do that at all. Like, why does she keep doing that? I mean, she said she enjoys it.
And why doesn't he? I mean, therein lies the problem. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not like she's doing something she doesn't want to do. She wants that to be happening on both sides of their relationship. So she's not stopping because she likes doing it.
Okay, so it sounds like you're saying she would rather do her homework on him as a hint, hint, it's your turn now, buddy, than actually come out and say, "Hey, buddy, why don't you do your homework on me real quick?" I think it would just be easier. I know she doesn't want to. She says, "I don't want to have to tell you to do it," but maybe you just do. Maybe you just tell him.
And maybe once you tell him, he'll get the picture and start doing it on his own.
Here's hoping. Get your tongue out, my guy.
Right. It's like, I don't know. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, I thought, no, fuck no. That's just
Russ.
Right. That's just, and again, he goes back to the same fucking excuse that she doesn't like the way he does it, but she won't tell him how to do it. So it's not even that she wants to not tell him to do it. She doesn't want to have to explain exactly how to do it. Like, aren't there classes out there? Come on. It's 2026. The internet. I don't know. Master class. There's got to be a master class on cunnilingus.
You're so classy. I'm thinking porn. It's just porn.
Oh, no, porn. There we go. Porn.
You're sitting here signing up for a master class. You're at the library.
That's right, porn. There we go. There it is. Right. I'm like, how could he learn this? Like, there's got to be a way for him to learn this.
Well, yeah, you can't tell me he doesn't. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Just switch it up. And listen, this is a pretty big leap here, okay? But it reminds me of Rebecca saying that, well, Ziad doesn't like any of the food I cook, so why would I cook for him? Girl, learn a Tunisian recipe. Learn some other kind of cuisine. Again,
I see that.
take a master class on how to cook other types of cuisine.
Watch some food porn?
Yes. So other than her top-notch advice to Russ, we really didn't see that much of Kara and Guillermo as a couple. We did hear that they both felt weird about the kiss. They kind of explained that a little more, but nothing more than we heard last episode. And Kara and Guillermo and Russ and Pau end up last at the campsite.
They do, which they are not happy about.
They are not happy about. Kara says, last is not a good look. I wouldn't care except that they arrived after dark.
How long did it take them?
Right.
Because the other four couples all got there in time to set up their own tents. Do you think that Kara and Guillermo and Russ and Pau got out of that? That, like, they didn't have to set up their own tents because they were so late? Like, maybe they, like, saw it and then, like, hung back and, like, did some laps so they didn't have to set up the tents. No, I mean, Guillermo and Russ had never let that happen. Like, they were pumped to set up those tents, I bet.
Okay, well, then I wanted to see it. I needed to see their, synchronicity as couples setting up these poles, inserting the poles.
And we missed that for them. We didn't get to see that little teamwork activity.
No, there might be something to that, because maybe they had to go right into the fire circle, the couples therapy, and they didn't have time for it. Oh, Emily.
Exactly.
But Kara did call out. She said she and Pau are very fit and Russ is an Eagle Scout. They should have been the first ones there.
Exactly. Right. Which makes me validate Pau yet again in her questioning Russ about where they're going, what's going, just everything about Russ. Like, Pau's right.
Uh-oh. Okay. You heard it here.
Okay, Sammy, a deer fell off a cliff on top of Shekinah when she was a child.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Have you not had a deer fall on you off of a cliff onto your tent? No?
No. I mean, what is this story? Again, this is one of those cases where please don't just throw that bit of info out there and then breeze on by to the next thing. Like, I need a few solid minutes of the episode dedicated to the entire story of when a deer fell on Shekinah's body.
Well, blame that on the producers. Write them a letter, because Shekinah said, did you see that on social media today? She said that there was a lot more to her whole story of her past, but it was too dark and the producers cut it.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. Yeah. Tell us the dark story.
Well, first of all, it was a baby deer.
Okay, baby deer.
So a baby deer walked off a cliff and fell onto her tent, which then collapsed into her.
Okay. So I did mishear that, because I thought the deer fell onto her body.
Well, in the show, that's what it was made to seem. But on social media, she clarified it was a baby deer, fell onto her tent, which then collapsed onto her.
This helps. Helps. And I was never questioning the story. I knew it was true, but I knew something was off.
Okay.
I just was like, you're right. The way that it was edited, the way that it was produced, I was like, what the actual fuck? So I'm so glad that Shekinah clarified that.
I do love her for her social media rantings.
They're great. They're pretty fucking great.
They are entertaining.
I am so here for it.
My theory, the deer was drunk. Ate some berries. Some fermented berries, maybe an apple or two. and just walked off the cliff.
Drunk deer. There
Drunk
we go.
Drunk
there
baby deer.
we go.
Is the deer okay?
Aw, I don't know.
Like, did it
She
just
didn't
get up and
say.
scamper off?
Well,
Right.
did she say online?
She did not say online.
She didn't say.
They were quite self-sufficient. Maybe deer was dinner.
Oh. Could have been. Because that's right. Shekinah's parents adopted the Amish lifestyle, but they weren't actually Amish. No phones, no electricity, no running water. Damn.
Damn. Like, why though, if it's not religious? Why?
That's right. That's the question. Why? They're just interesting
Very
people. I mean, I don't know.
interesting
I don't know. If it got dark, like, that's scary. Like, if she said that it...
The darkest thing she shared in that particular story was that she tested really far below grade level when she did enter a boarding school. She was like 16 and tested into 6th grade or something like that. So she
Aw.
really had to, so it was even harder for her. And I think she had to switch schools and things. So maybe it got darker than that even, but that's as much as
Yeah.
she has let on. So, and that is,
Wow.
damn, if that is not all so formative. What?
Right. And you and I have said this before, and we'll say it again. Shekinah and her family, or any of them who are willing to go on screen,
Please.
need their own show. Like, the history and just like flash those old images.
Yes.
Like, it could literally just be like her and any of her sisters who are willing to
Yes.
be on TV, sitting together and talking, and then like flashing those old pictures.
Yes.
We're
Oh.
there.
We're already there. We're sitting and waiting. Just
Exactly.
play it. Press
What
play.
time?
Right? She is a wilderness baddie.
She's a wilderness baddie. Yet she does say she's definitely more LA than wilderness, which just, you gotta fucking love her for that. She says she could not be further from what she was as a child, what she is now.
Okay, but I'm here to say you could take the girl out the wilderness, but you can't take the wilderness out the girl. Okay?
For sure, because she led them off the trail exactly in the right spot, went into like the underbrush and dug out their bag that was hiding. I mean, Guillermo just like glanced up at a fucking tree. Like, that was so easy.
Pointed and grunted or something. He's like, what?
And Shekinah had to like go for, I don't know. That was impressive.
All of it was impressive. She's reading the map. She's spreading the peanut butter with the stick, throwing shade at people who won't eat it. Again, wilderness, baddie. Fell in love with a city boy. Age-old story.
Aw, Sarper the city boy. This is not an adventure. It's torture.
It's torture. He is so out of his element, and I am eating it up.
Even if he's not eating that peanut butter sandwich with that stick. Okay, but Sarper knows where his finger has been, but he
No.
doesn't know where the stick has been.
No,
but
you don't.
is this better, Sammy? Is Sarper's finger better than the stick?
Oh, wow. Can you test a stick for STDs?
And there we go. We choose the stick every time.
We choose the bear. We choose the stick. Okay. We having a PB sandwich with a stick and a bear and wilderness baddie Shekinah.
Wilderness Survival 101 from Emily and Sam.
Yes.
Oh, but did you see them later on around the campfire? The very first shot of them before the therapy around the campfire started, they were like cuddled up, snuggling.
She had her head on his shoulder, her arms wrapped around his bicep. It was cute. I caught that too. I was like, oh, you guys look like you're trying.
Right, they really did. And, you know, all the way up into the point where Shekinah stormed off because of Rebecca, they... Sarper and Shekinah seemed to be doing pretty well.
They did, except at some point did you notice he like kneed her, and not violently, but he kind of nudged her with his
Just
knee and
like-
told her to stop. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. And in his interview, he also said, we just need to stop. Like,
Yep.
we need to stop starting shit. We need to stop getting involved. And by we, I specifically mean Shekinah.
Shekinah. Yeah, because he said he had a lot to say about Rebecca and Zied, but he wasn't going to say any of it because they need to just mind their business.
Keeping his mouth shut. And that's pretty fucking smart at this point.
They're indoor cats, Emily.
Was that Sumit? No, that was Jenny.
That was Jenny. Sumit said, "No, we don't want to do this. This is not our element." And she said, "We're indoor cats." Yes, Jenny.
That was spot on. Spot on.
Just the animalistic feline references about both of them this season. It's just a running theme.
It's a thread. It's a running
is a
thread,
thread.
and it better keep going.
And it's true. It's true. They are indoor cats.
Did you see Sumit jump in fear about a bug on him? And Shekinah's like, okay, Sumit, it's not on the food. It's fine. Shekinah is comforting Sumit about a bug
Right,
in the woods.
right.
Like, that's just the most unlikely situation.
Yes, it's so good. It's just such good TV.
Oh, but did you notice after Shekinah spread the peanut butter on the bread and passed out the pieces to the couples, Jenny took a couple bites and tried to hand it to Sumit to take a bite. Sumit just pushed it back. Like he wouldn't
Aw.
eat any of it. He just gave it right back to Jenny. Like, no, you eat all the bread, baby.
Oh, they've got to ration that loaf, apparently. And Jenny gets first rations. I did notice that Shekinah gave it to Sarper first. And I was like, oh, that's a real wife.
What the fuck? What? The sarcasm is palpable.
I laughed so hard when they set up their tents because, yeah, Jenny and Sumit and Shekinah and Sarper are first to the campsite.
Yeah, because of Shekinah.
And then they tell Shekinah that she's got to set up both tents. Fuck all the way off. No.
Not cool.
No. She has earned sitting back with her PB sandwich and watching y'all build the tents, okay? She could dictate.
But they could never.
They
They
could
don't
never.
know that the poles go into the slots. She's like, they're like, what do you do? What do you do with these poles?
Banging
And
them
she's-
together.
She's like, well, do you see this little slot for poles? Like, you put it in there.
See how one's smaller and one's bigger? Once Jenny's is built, someone says to her, "Oh, look, it's your own house, Jenny, without your mother-in-law." And she says, "It's my dream come true." This woman would literally live in a tent on the street to get away from Sadhna.
Yeah, she would.
And we find out she's paying to live with Sadhna. She is paying to live with Sumit's family.
That was a big bomb that Sumit dropped on their entire relationship. I mean, and we found out even more too that Sumit isn't working. He lost his job. And yeah, the parents have not been paying the rent.
And so he has 20 thou in debt.
Oh my gosh, he took these loans without telling Jenny.
Yeah, that's problematic.
That's bad. So the other couples have a lot to say about this. Sarper, which I was kind of aghast at what he said, given their bromance.
Oh.
Sarper said, Sumit has no balls.
Oh, yep. No, the raised hand. Sumit has no balls.
As if he's holding the balls.
Yeah, he's holding where Sumit's balls should have been. And then Shekinah's face was like, oh.
Right, because they're like besties with Jenny and Sumit.
Yes. So, I mean, Sarper would know.
And Pao has a lot to say too. Pao says Sumit needs to put his culture aside for Jenny. And we talked about culture with Sumit before, how he kind of picks and chooses. And I mean, don't we all, which aspects of our lives we want to conform to our culture and which we want to break free from. So it's hard to fault him in that. And in this one specific area, gosh, it's so hard. Like, do you agree with Pal? I don't know.
Well, we've talked about it before, too, that Sumit's always been steadfast in the fact that this is an obligation of his culture, that he has to live with his family. His family has to be a very big part of his life. He cannot leave his parents. He has never said otherwise. We've never gotten that impression. So I've said that before, that I kind of admire that about him, that he really is just matter of fact about it. And I think we've also talked about, is that just an excuse, right? Does he just want to live with his parents, so he says, oh, it's cultural? But again, that's the cultural part of it, is wanting to live with your parents forever.
Right. They're so intertwined, those ideas.
Right. He stands up to Pal, though. He says, you do not understand. We have to live with our parents. I cannot leave my parents. And I agree with him. I don't think anybody that's not from a culture like that and wasn't raised with that mentality would not understand. I don't understand, but I recognize that I could never understand that.
As all this unfolds, like as soon as Jenny finds out about the 20,000 that Sumit borrowed without telling her, she gets pissed off, gets up, storms off, and goes to bed.
In the tent? Is she gonna sleep on the ground?
I didn't see any air mattresses with foam pads and nice blankets.
No, I just feel like she's earned some sort of mattress. Like, give the woman a mattress. Like, I think production needs to take her in a truck back to the castle at night. I do.
Fuck yeah. I'm here for that. Or at least a cot.
Sure.
No, back to the castle.
Back to the castle for Jenny. I mean, Sumit's ass can stay out there.
Yeah, Sumit can stay. But who follows Jenny immediately as she leaves? Sumit.
Thank you, Sumit. That's what we do.
Jenny storms off and she's mad at him, but he knows she's mad at her. He's like, all right, time to go. And he gets up right away and just goes right after her. Like, doesn't stop, say goodnight to anyone, just right behind her.
As he should.
So good. And then we get the camera shot inside the tent, Sammy.
Oh, we get the audio of inside the tent, right?
Yeah, there's a camera and audio in there. So I'm just hoping that next episode we're going to get inside the tent the next morning camera work.
Okay.
If Patrick could never poop in the woods, I don't really understand why he didn't choose the toilet. Why did Pal get the toilet? Why didn't Patrick get the toilet?
Oh, I don't think it's what he's pooping into that's the problem. I think it's what's around him while he's pooping that's the problem.
So even like a toilet sat in the middle of the woods, it's still not coming, still not pooping.
Maybe not. Although he did say something about having to do some sort of little dance. Or did he say that? Or am I having Kara flashbacks to the...
Oh.
He said something about how he had to move his body when he poops in the woods, though. But listen, he says he's a survivalist because he pooped in the castle beforehand and then ate a bunch of food that will constipate him. Is that how survivalists survive? I think survivalists just poop in the woods.
I'm sorry to inform you, but no, that is not a good survival skill.
You're just going to be uncomfortable in the woods.
Yeah, Patrick had some major zingers this episode when he says they're just going to have to abandon Rebecca in the woods because she's the slowest and the weakest, and that's called survival of the fittest.
No, they just have to be faster than Rebecca is all. So that whatever's chasing them can get her first.
When Bigfoot is chasing them.
Yeah.
Because Thais is worried about Bigfoot out there in the woods. Oh my gosh, I cannot with them. They're so...
They come across, speaking of pooping, they come across a rock with poop on it. The producers clearly put that poop there, Emily. There's no way some random animal came and pooped on that rock. No. And
Oh, come on, Sammy. I've seen poop on a rock like that.
okay, fine. But Pat says it's a random person's poop.
What?
Who? I mean, there are a lot of other
No.
guests at the castle, so maybe they went out to the quarry and pooped
Oh,
on this
maybe
rock.
the other guests are also foraging around the quarry.
It's one of the day excursions when you stay at this castle. But I'm just saying, Pat goes from 0 to fucking outlandish at the drop of a hat. Like, he's sitting here talking about Shekinah is going to throw a snake in their tent. Okay, calm down, Pat.
Right.
Okay. And that Rebecca's going to throw Zied in the fire. Again, what? Calm down. None of that's going to happen.
Just completely, entirely off base. Fantastical.
I am here for the drama of it. I do love these crazy scenarios, but he's just a little bit dramatic.
And I think that Thais has the same reaction we're having.
Right.
Because every time he says something like that, it's like you can see her wheels turning as she's like translating and understanding like what the fuck he's saying. And then the look on her face is like, what? What a mole? What a mole?
Precisely. Oh, you're so spot on. That's hilarious. I just need Pat to be a better actor, though. I could just tell when producers have told him to say something or asked him to veer in a direction. Like the pregnancy scare. I'm sorry. I don't believe it for a second. I think
No, I
he
don't either. And I will leave a little bit of space for what we talked about last episode. Like, we might be wrong, Sammy.
We might be wrong.
But it's my guess that they're not pregnant.
It is my guess. And I will happily eat the words if Pat is acting Oscar worthy, but I just don't think he is.
It does not seem likely whatsoever. It's just fabricated drama, which is so strange given the current situation that they're in with their insanely messy divorce. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I hate to say this, but it almost makes this entire time disingenuous. I don't know. We're only on episode 7, so maybe it'll blow up with them and we'll see some of that real shit. Which, we know John's coming, so we'll see.
Oh, John's coming, Emily. Oh, John.
John,
will be here.
Oh my god.
So of course, John is friends with Thais' dad to the extent that he has dirt on Thais that Pat doesn't have.
That Pat doesn't know about. Oh my fucking god. The friendship between John and Thais' dad is like one of the most fucking hilarious things to transpire.
It's always been our favorite. Yes, it's always been so good. I call bullshit though, because Thais is such a daddy's girl and her dad is such a doting father that I don't think even if he did know shit about Thais, he would say it to anybody, let alone John.
Well, John... Yeah, I definitely hear that and I see that. But what John has to have something to say, like John can't act like he has something to say and now he's literally going to show up at the castle and he's set this up to be something to say. Like, yes, what the fuck's he going to say? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something.
So you think he does have receipts?
Well, it's got to be something.
Okay.
Because how could he say that and then literally show up and he's going to be asked that?
Have you met John?
Yeah, true.
He's just going to talk until they cut to something else.
It won't fucking matter. Yeah. Oh my god, that's it. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's it.
I did feel for Pat and I did believe him with the tears about being a single parent and having to have his daughter have single parents. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking too and seemed really genuine. And honestly, what popped into my head was, it's not always better for the parents to stay together. If that relationship is worse for the parents, it's going to be worse for the child. Sometimes divorce is the better answer for everyone, including the children.
And I received that 100%. I have heard that from a lot of both divorcees and children of divorcees, but Pat says that the divorce of his parents affected him so much that he didn't feel loved sometimes.
That's pretty sad. Yeah.
That's so sad.
That is super sad. And again, like, I don't know enough about the specifics at all. And I do just wonder if he would have felt that even worse.
Right.
If they would have stayed together.
Yeah, I did wonder that.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Oh, that's too bad.
And Thais agreed with him. She said that her parents were divorced too. She was not as emotional as he was, though.
Oh, see, I was going to say she was also tearing up.
She was tearing up. So maybe, I don't know, Patrick seemed more in his feelings about it, but
Yeah.
you're right. She was tearing up too. When the therapist said they need to date each other again,
Yeah, what did you think about that homework, if that's what it was?
I love that. I think that's great advice for any couple that's been together for a really long time
Or has small children.
or has small children. That.
But also, like, when? Because of said small children.
Right.
If you know, you know. So their hiking partners, Rebecca and Zied, specifically Rebecca, was horrified by the poop on the rock. She says, we have to sleep out here. You don't have to sleep on that rock, Rebecca.
You don't have to sleep on the poop. Like, the poop's not going to be in your tent, girl.
Just ask Shekinah to clear you a spot. Oh, wait. You hate Shekinah. Sorry. Sore subject.
Right? I loved when Shekinah was setting up her tent and she was scoping it out like, oh, yeah, this looks like a great flat spot. Girl's got skills.
And then did you see she glanced up at the trees, too, to see what was above her? She's taking note of her surroundings. She knows what she's doing. This is not an act. And I know we've already talked about her and moved on, but I just love that about Shekinah, that whatever she is seems pretty fucking authentic to her. As much,
Yeah.
Cosmetic surgery as she had and as fake as you can say her look is and this and that, she herself is pretty authentic.
Pretty true to herself. And that's why I think it was last week I was arguing, and I'll argue again. She wants to look that way. Her look being quote unquote fake is so interesting to me. It's just her choice. And given her past and her history, wanting to be something completely different from what you were raised to be is completely understandable.
Just a little bit of an overcorrection, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I can relate to that. I can relate to wanting to be wildly different from what you were taught. I can relate to the apple fell way fucking far away from the tree. So I don't know. I don't think so, Sammy. I feel like, get it, girl. Like, fucking chase that difference, that change. Like, throw yourself away from that fucking tree.
Yes. In the wilderness, the actual tree in the actual wilderness.
Exactly.
But yeah, she's not just pretending to have gone to a summer camp once, like Lindsay Lohan in The Parent Trap. Like, she's literally lived this life, and you can tell.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, what we were talking about, Rebecca and Zied.
Well, because somebody says at some point in the episode that Shekinah just breathing pisses Rebecca off.
So again, we come back to one of the biggest issues in Rebecca and Zied's relationship. Rebecca works 12 to 14 hours a day, and Zied feels alone because of that. So he actually really loved this experience out hiking and camping because they had no phones, they had no distractions. He, except for the entire camera crew.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Apparently that didn't bother him, though, because he got quality time with Rebecca. Is that all he really wants? Quality time with Rebecca?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I hear what he's saying, and I understand when your partner is away for 12 to 14 hours and then they get home, they are so exhausted that they don't have anything else to give you. Of course you feel not as a priority, or
You feel disconnected.
yeah, and overlooked and undervalued. I hear what he is saying. I just think it's a math problem, like a very simple math problem. If she's working 12 to 14 hours a day and you're working 0 hours a day, maybe you split the diff, my man. Maybe you both work a good 7 hours and then you come home and spend time together. Maybe.
That is exactly what I was wondering throughout this entire segment. Zied's job was not mentioned. It was not brought up. He's been in the United States a long ass fucking time.
Right.
He could have a job by now. So why is Rebecca working the equivalent of close to 2 jobs, at least a job and a half, more
Right.
than that, between a job and a half to 2 jobs of time being put in, you know, if you're considering 40 hours of full-time work week. And what the fuck is Zied doing?
Well, I know at one point he was in HVAC or something, so I know he has worked, but I think a lot of their issue was he sits home and plays video games and she finances it.
And so how can he complain about that? How can he possibly complain Rebecca working all those hours if he's not working at all and expect her to come home and cook and clean?
You can do that in between your games, friend. Pause the game.
Right, Zied should be the one doing that. Another thing in question here is lifestyle. I did not realize that Zied drives a Mercedes and they live in Florida by the beach.
I did know he drove a Mercedes because he puts that shit all over socials. But yes, I wasn't. I thought they lived in Georgia or something. Anyway.
You've been sleuthing the Instagram. You've been sleuthing the gram, Sammy. I love it. That's usually me.
Well, I get glimpses.
Love it.
He goes so far as to say regularly. She tells us that he regularly says, I hate my life. You ruined my life. And yeah, blame a girl for being a bit resentful when, again, you drive a nice car on the beach, spend all day doing whatever the fuck you want while she's at a desk stagnant for 14 hours. And then you say she's not a real wife. Let's talk about what qualifies as a real husband, shall we?
Right. And I feel like that's what she was getting at, too.
Right.
She didn't say it outright, but at one point she did say, I'll stay home. She was saying that about American food. I'll cook for you,
Right.
but he doesn't like what I cook. But at the same time, I don't know, I did wonder if she was hinting at, like, if you made the money or at least split the load, like, it's not like you have to make all the money, but split the load 50-50. And I think it was Pow talking about their relationship.
What the fuck is Pow coming out of nowhere saying, did she not say the exact opposite thing that she's trying to get at with Russ? I was so confused, Emily.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. So here's the way I took it. Okay. I loved what she said because I just took it in the context of Rebecca and Zied's relationship. So let's just take it in the context of their relationship first and then expand it to her own relationship. Pow said, you don't have to cook and clean to be a good wife.
True.
If Russ asked for that, he'd get a knuckle sandwich.
Ooh, you can tell she's a professional wrestler.
Exactly. And that she's not a 24/7 maid. So I loved that she said that but it's now that you're saying it, I actually feel like they're in similar positions, right? Because Pow is the breadwinner and Rebecca is also the breadwinner.
Yes.
So what were you saying? What's your angle?
And I loved, she said it has to be 50-50. I loved that. Yeah, I loved everything Pow said. I'm here for it. And I actually subscribe to that personally. It has to be 50-50. Yeah, she's not going to go out and work all day and then come home and make Russ a meal. But she's saying that she wants Russ to do that. She wants him to be the breadwinner and the alpha male and do all the things. She doesn't want it 50-50. She wants him doing most of that stuff. Right?
I don't know. You're right. She has definitely used the phrase alpha male frequently.
Every episode.
Like, what does that mean? Like, what the fuck does that mean, really? Like, we've talked about this. Is that only about money? Right. I don't know. I almost wonder because do you really think that Pow wants to give up her career?
Right. No.
I think she probably wants Russ to work too. And be like a partnership meeting each other together. It's almost like Kara and Guillermo, where it's like Kara is ambitious and making a lot of money, in the ways that she does, which get it, girl.
Get it?
But she wants Guillermo to be equally as driven to be successful. I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I think Pao is like, she's driven and she's making a lot of money, and she doesn't want Russ sitting around. He's taking care of the kid, which is something, but she wants him to be making money in the same way that she's making money. Maybe not the same amount, but at least bringing something in.
Oh, see, I got the impression she wants him to be the provider. She doesn't want to stop working, but she doesn't want to have to work. She wants it to be her choice, right? She wants to be able to be home with their son more when she wants to. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I do see that she just wants Russ to step it up. She doesn't want to necessarily...
Right. She doesn't want to necessarily submit. That phrase, alpha male, like, I want an alpha male, it automatically implies that the woman is going to take a lower role. Because if someone is the alpha, someone else is stepping down. So that's what I don't see about them. I don't see Pao wanting to step down, but yet she keeps using that phrase. So it's really quite confusing.
That's what I was saying. I didn't quite get what she was saying. I'm like, is this counterintuitive to your own relationship, or is it exactly your own relationship? And then I'm glad you brought up Guillermo, because that man said to Zied, well, Zied, you just have to realize that you can't have what you want right now. I'm like, Guillermo, hello, pot. This is kettle. You're black. What?
Right.
Guillermo, you can't have what you want right now because you married an American woman who is sexually liberated. And, come on, man.
Yeah, there it is. Sexually liberated. So true. So and what was interesting, right? It seemed like a lot of the cast were taking Rebecca's side, but they don't love Rebecca's attitude.
And that is so important. Really, it is, because her approach is problematic.
Her approach. Yeah.
What she's saying is valid, but
she's just kind of combative. Yeah.
She's very combative, and I wonder if she's always been that way, or if it's a sign of their dynamic. Like, maybe he just brings that out in her, and so I'm not blaming him, but just, sometimes it's just she's like that with him, but maybe not with others. I don't know. She sits there, the producer, or the therapist pulls them aside after, and he's trying to explain that Zied has a language barrier. He's not always going to say the right words. You're going to have to let him explain. She just starts shouting in his face, "You're not a real husband. You're not a real husband." And he does stand up and say, "I'm trying to..." She says, "How does that make you feel?" He says, "I'm trying to tell you, but you won't stop yelling at me. Let me tell you."
Right. And the way she just storms off like that.
Right. She doesn't stand there and let him tell her. She literally leaves. That is...
It's problematic, but I'm sorry, it's understandable.
Okay.
If she's working all those hours, buying a Mercedes and a fucking house on the beach.
That's true. She is fried. She is...
Yeah.
She cannot self-regulate anymore because she has been doing it all day long professionally. And then you come home and give her shit about not being a real wife. Yeah. And she hasn't eaten yet because your ass didn't cook her dinner because you're a real husband. Like, what? Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, I get that. I did love Shekinah's interaction in this, though. I did. I loved it.
Oh.
When Zied says, "I want a real wife," Shekinah says... let him finish. What does he mean by that? Let him explain himself. She was interested to hear. She was giving Zied the benefit of the doubt that he was going to follow up and dig himself out of that hole.
He was digging a deep, deep hole with that real wife, not a real wife. Oh my goodness.
But I thought she was calm. I thought she was collected. I thought she spoke to them pretty respectfully, which, again, these are not like impressive qualities. These are bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
But she didn't pop off and give her attitude and be like, "Listen, Rebecca, let him..." No, she was like, "Hey, can he finish? Because I think he might need to explain himself." Da, da, da. And then she walked away saying, "I'm going to go get more wood and not come back."
That's right. And Sarper's like, "Oh, thank God. Thank God she won't start more shit." okay, fine. Maybe the in-person interaction was respectful and okay. Maybe. I don't know if I agree with that because I feel like she's sticking her nose in their business in the middle of this. I mean, that's what they're all doing.
That's what they're there for.
That's like the whole fucking point, right? But like when Patrick and Thais were like crying about all their shit, like no one's like interjecting,
True.
like giving them the little bit of space and room to work through it. I don't know. So she didn't do that. And then in the interview, when she was reflecting on it, she kind of just like smug as hell, just like completely like this is the way it is. She says she knows exactly what Zied means
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
when he says she's not a real wife. Like she's wanting Zied to say it, but she has an idea of what that is already. And her idea, I don't think, is what Zied thought. I don't. She says she's more like a drill sergeant.
I'm sorry, that's fucking true, dude. That's true. She is berating him in the woods. How would you feel? How would you feel? How would you feel? Like,
How would you feel, Zied?
let the man explain. I just think she's right. That's what
Let
we're talking
him
about.
explain that he wants her to work 12 to 14 hours a day, then come home and clean the whole house and learn how to cook Tunisian food.
Yes. Let's let him explain so that we can look down on him in his hole that he hath dug and be like, brah, what the fuck?
You gotta get yourself out of that hole, man. No, and it's true. Her demeanor, her delivery could be better, but it's just hard to blame a girl.
It's hard to blame a girl. I just wouldn't like to be spoken to like that on the other end, but yeah, it is hard to blame a girl. Did you clock Shekinah saying, we all say things we don't mean in the heat of the moment? Do we? Do we, Shekinah?
Oh. A well-placed comment.
Well, you called for the animal thread to continue throughout the season, and I am looking forward to them obliging you because Sumit barks in the next episode, Emily. Or does he? What noise is that?
What was that? And of course, they have to put that in the preview because it was not a bark. And do you know what that made me think of is how animal sounds are different in different languages.
I love you so much.
You knew this, right?
That's what an Indian dog sounds like, you're telling me?
That's an Indian ruff, an Indian bark.
Oh, I did know this.
I can't think of any examples right now.
Wow.
But they're...
In Spanish, a dog says guau, guau, like G-U-A-U. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Just when you dive into the animal sounds in different languages, it's fucking fascinating. So yeah, that's an Indian bark.
That's an Indian dog. Okay, we solved it. It's just not the most sexual dog. But people need to tell us. Please tell us what animal sounds are in your language. Like, what does a dog say in your language?
I need to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm of course looking forward to abseiling.
Has TLC signed some kind of contract with an abseiling company that they're like, this is our featured extreme sport now?
Like we're advertisers for abseiling because we're referring to the most recent season of Before the 90 Days when Elise went abseiling in Australia with
Josh off a waterfall.
Oh my gosh, and had like a complete panic attack.
Just froze her teeny tiny little ass off. Yeah. So I thought that was going to be a one-off, but apparently we bringing back the abseiling and
abseiling's back, baby.
And it's life or death. Rebecca says, if we fight at home, it's no big deal. But if we fight here, he could die. Again,
okay.
Let's calm down. Let's calm it down.
Relax.
Couple quick questions this week about Rebecca and Zied. A little mid-season check-in, if you will. Are they on the path to reconciliation?
Yes, I think so. I think they're both committed. I don't think this is going to be the end of their relationship.
Okay. How's their sex life in the castle?
Well, based on this episode, really good, because the night before this camping trip, they used the handcuffs.
Right. Rebecca says, once you handcuff a person, what was it? She said something.
everything changes, or
Yeah.
you can't be mad at them anymore or something.
Yeah, you can't go
My
back.
question is, who handcuffed who?
Oh, she handcuffed him.
Right?
Clearly.
Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that would be my guess, but I'm wondering.
Okay. Ooh, that's another good question, is who handcuffs the other? Instead of who wears the pants. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed is each of them to improving the relationship?
I would say Rebecca is an 8.
Oh,
And Zied is a 6.
really? Okay. I think that's generous for Zied.
Aw.
Well, he hates his life, and she ruined his life, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, but he does say sweet things too. Like they had a great day hiking because they weren't on their phones. And he does give the general sentiment that he just wants more quality time.
Okay, I'll take that. That is
So,
sweet. What do they need from each other that they're not getting?
well, Zied needs a real wife.
Yeah, he does.
And Rebecca needs a real husband.
Ooh, okay. Whatever that means.
Yep.
I think Rebecca just wants to be appreciated. I think she wants him to see how hard she works and that she doesn't want to be working 12 to 14 hours a day. No one wants to do that. She's doing it for you. And if you would just appreciate it a little, she wouldn't be such a drill sergeant, maybe. Do they have a shared vision for their future?
I think they want to stay together, but I don't think that each of their visions of what that should look like is the same.
Oh, okay. How are they different?
Well, Zied wants her to cook and clean and also work full time and pay all the bills. And Rebecca wants more of a partnership where they're both sharing financial and household responsibilities. But I do think that where they do overlap and do have the shared vision is the fact that they want to stay together. They don't want to break up. They want to make it work. So hopefully they can meet somewhere in the middle and find some common ground. Or maybe just use the handcuffs more frequently.
Listen, if that's why he's staying home and not going to work, because she handcuffed him, then we're fine.
Exactly.
My 90-day takeaway this week is just don't put your tent under a cliff lest a baby deer fall on it. And I'm just now realizing that's why Shekinah looked up when she went to set up her tent.
That is precisely why she looked up. She's remembering the baby deer.
She's like, all clear? All clear? Okay, this is a good spot.
My 90-day takeaway is that wilderness therapy can bring out the best and the worst in our favorite 90-day couples.
It's almost like that's why they sent them out there.
That's it, Fiancé Freaks. If you liked this episode, be sure to match our freak by subscribing, leaving a review, and following 90-Day Fiancé Freaks on social media for more.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.